Well, if you've been on the internet today, you may have noticed the protests. Congress is considering new rules for the internet. Rules that could affect just about every popular website you visit. A little website you may have heard of known as Google. Look at it today. It's one of the biggest opponents to the proposed bills, and it's blacking out its logo on its homepage in protest of this bill. Wikipedia going one step further, shuttering the entire English version of its website. Now, News Corp, our parent company, thinks some anti-piracy regulations are badly needed. So does most of the Motion Picture Association of America and other groups that are in the movie business. But some in Congress have reservations. Joining me now is Chairman of the House Government Reform Committee, Congressman from California, Issa. Mr. Chairman, thank you so much for being here. So this is an interesting issue because you've got websites that people love, like Google and Wikipedia, saying, you can't do this. It's basically going to stop us from being able to operate if you put these anti-piracy regulations on us. We can't comply with them and still serve the public. And you've got very powerful companies like our parent company, News Corp, and other big film companies saying, you can't allow it. We're losing billions of dollars a year thanks to piracy. What we want you to do is shut down access by people to the foreign websites that make our films and so on available for free. Where do you stand on it, sir?
Well, you know, this is one of those fortunate things in politics if you look at the picture properly. I'm with both sides, and you can be with both sides. You can agree that, in fact, foreign piracy and the money they get out of America needs to be shut down and shut down for good, and it needs to be a constant vigilance against them starting up in other places. And at the same time, you can recognize that the innovation and the employment and the wealth that has come out of the internet far exceeds that of the Motion Picture Association and many of these other groups combined. So what you try to find is something like the Open Act, which is being dropped today, but it's been online and available for the public to mark up for more than 4 weeks, that narrowly finds a way to target foreign sites, provide injunctions, and then shut off the money, while at the same time protecting against intrusion into freedom that we've all enjoyed on the internet. The proponents of SOPA, the bill that's being protested today, certainly would like something that allowed for private causes of action, which is another name for suing, money damages and the like. I think those of us who are trying to find the appropriate middle realize that we don't really want to open something for the plaintiff trial lawyers. We want to have something that shuts down these foreign sites, stops them from getting the money, but at the same time doesn't go any further than that for now, for a good reason. If we can stop piracy and still leave the internet much more free and open, we're doing the right thing. And remember, we complain incredibly when foreign countries try to limit access, for example, to Twitter or Facebook or Google. Such countries as China, we complain. We can't be shutting down sites because they're 2% or 1% found to have something wrong on them. We've got to be more narrow. I think we're getting there. But the thing is,
it's not just wrong, it's illegal. I mean, it's illegal to go and you know, download a film for free that you're supposed to have to pay for. And that's why, I mean, what they're saying, this is the Chamber of Commerce, and I mentioned News Corp,
the Chamber of Commerce, the Chamber's
but let me just finish the point. I'll give you the floor. I'll give you the floor. I just want to finish the point. They say it costs $250 billion a year to the industry, and it costs the industry, they claim, 750,000 jobs, which is why they say people should care. Because most people like movies, they like free movies. Maybe they don't like crime, but they like a free movie. But they say you should care because it's costing jobs in the United States. Go ahead,
Of course you should care. And we're not arguing about the problem. The problem is real. The fix is the problem. Under SOPA, the bill that's being protested today, SOPA and PIPA is the other name for it in the Senate, these bills would allow the plaintiffs' lawyers to go crazy. It would force shutting down. It would cause sites to be taken down, people to be denied their livelihood before they ever got their day in court. There are lots and lots of flaws in the bill. More importantly, if you want to shut down foreign sites, you first have to start by figuring out where they get their revenue from, because you can't go to Russia and shut them down under any piece of legislation we're going to pass in America. What you have to do is have a technique to quickly determine that they're doing it, and then go to Visa, MasterCard, PayPal with injunctions to be able to say, stop shipping money to these people for their download. Very quickly, if they can't profit from the internet, they're not going to be doing it. It was proven in internet gaming that this is the technique. It's why we're promoting a fix that the internet agrees with and that the content industry would get exactly what they want, protection from. Now remember, if somebody's in the U.S., you can still sue them.
Here's what I want to know. if you succeed in going after these, you know, the folks who are offering the bootlegged products, what's next? The handbags on the streets here on the corners of New York City? Because a lot of us really like those. We like the $10 Gucci bag. We like to believe it's real and not stolen.
Here's an important case. In the case of the Gucci bags or patented products or false medicines, every day at the ports of entry, using the same court we're proposing under the Open Act, we do, in fact, seize countless amounts of goods. It's very clear some get through. It's very clear they continue to sell. You're not going to get rid of total piracy, but the technique that we've used at our ports of entry for years that seizes a tremendous amount of that does make a difference. Right now, the ITC is catching far more than getting through. On the internet, we believe we can dry up 90 to 95% of all the money. That saved 90 to 95% of the money being lost by Rupert Murdoch, by all of the people who have such an investment in content.
Well,
and
it's an interesting point because you have a lot of concerns to balance when you got jobs on the one hand, but you do have freedom of speech on the other hand. Congressman, I got to run. Mr. Chairman, thank you so much for being here. All the best to you, sir.
Thank you so much.